How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BL3's Forgotten. This is where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the Duck, and yes, I'm going to be calling it the Duck throughout this video. I know it's probably the Duke or something else, but to me it's the Duck. If you'd like to farm the Duck for yourself, go on a fast travel over to the Forgotten Basilica over on Promethea, jumping down into the arena to fight the Rampager, enjoying a little bit of gameplay, but once killed, the Rampager can drop you the Duck. Oh my fucking god, dude, this was literally like 3 hours of attempts to get this one clip, like unironically, dead ass, no cap, whatever the fuck else the kids say. 3 hours of farming the Rampager, and this was the only Duck drop that I got. In that time, I got 2 wagon wheels, a Maggie, and a Flood, and probably like 10 or more good Jujus, but it took 3 hours for one fucking Duck. It's a 10% drop chance, it's not that rare. The Duck is a legendary Jakobs pistol, only being non-elemental, but having the unique effect of firing out sticky bullets that will explode after a second. Critical hits will ricochet 2 sticky bullets towards nearby enemies. While it does deal splash damage, it's worth noting that the Duck cannot roll with any splash damage anointments. The Duck is a gun that has had a decently interesting history to it, where back in the day, this was honestly probably one of the best Jakobs pistols for quite some time. Though a lot of that was mostly sort of due to just being by default. There really wasn't that many Jakobs pistols at launch, and of the ones that there were, they weren't all that great. It was pretty much just the Duck and the Maggie that were generally good, with a few having some niches here and there, with most others just kind of being okay and viable, but not nearly as good as those two. Nowadays though, there is a hell of a lot more options, and many of them are incredibly damn strong. A lot of the base game guns have also been buffed since then to be far more competitive in the meta than they used to be. Through all that though, I still held the Duck in pretty high regard, but I held it in high regard while not having used it in quite some time. Coming back to it for this video, goodness gracious, it felt like I was living in the glory days. Mashallah, God is good and the Duck is even better, baby. Unfortunately, I can't sing this gun's praises as much as I would like to, though. It's definitely fallen off a bit, and especially comparing it to other Jakobs pistols, it can seem a little bit underwhelming. But I don't really think it should be compared to other Jakobs pistols, because the Duck offers something none of the others do: area coverage. Most Jakobs pistols aim for taking out a single enemy and maybe getting some more damage spread to other nearby enemies through the ricochets. The Duck flips that on its head, being a spam firing pistol that'll ricochet stickies all around the main target and atomize it and anything nearby, which is an incredibly unique offering among the other Jakobs pistols, being able to do that all the way into True Guardian Takedown. Effectively, the Duck is just a headsplosion in pistol form. Like, literally exactly. It kind of does the same thing. It's just ricocheting 2 instead of 3. And it's a delayed explosion instead of instant. But everything that makes the headsplosion good and unique among sniper rifles goes for the Duck. Where the Duck does begin to fall off though, compared to how it used to be, is that it's really not at all plug and play in most cases anymore. You used to just be able to slap this onto any Vault Hunter, any build, and it was going to put in some work. But nowadays, it can feel incredibly different depending on the build or the Vault Hunter that you run it on. Generally, I found it to be the best on Moze and Zane, likely being able to be slapped onto just about anything with those two, but I did find it to be a bit of a different story with Flak and Amara. It is still a great weapon on them, you just need to run it on a build that takes advantage of what it does. Of course, being spam firing out splash damage and big area coverage. Getting into some synergies though, definitely worth noting is of course bonus projectiles. With each projectile you hit a crit with, that's 2 more projectiles that ricochet. So with 2 total projectiles, that's 4 ricochets, and of course 3 total projectiles, that's 6, which definitely drastically increases the area coverage. And the final thing that I want to mention is, of course, if you can expand the mag, do it. While 4 shots is more than enough in most cases, getting a few more per mag just makes it that much better. It also makes it not chew through the next 2 mags anointment as fast. Overall though, the Duck is a gun that has held up all the way since the start of this game, not even having received a single direct change to it, which is just an incredibly impressive feat as is, just with the way that the landscape of this game has changed since then. But with that, the Duck has definitely fallen off a little bit. But at most, that fall was like from S tier to A tier. This is still an incredibly good gun, and an incredibly unique option among Jakobs pistols. But that's gonna about do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all that. I will be live right after this video goes up, right here on YouTube and also over on my Twitch channel, where there will be a link to down in the description below. And just under that is a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.